Hi students, today I am going to teach you one of the most important authors of American literature, and that is Nathaniel Hawthorne, who was born 4th July 1804. Note this date. And he was born in a place known as Salem, that is in Massachusetts. And this date will be remembered. Why? For it was also the date of Independence Day in the United States. Because the date will be remembered, for it is the date of the Independence Day in the United States. He came from a very distinguished Puritan family. Puritan family which had played a very active role in the history of Massachusetts. And William Hawthorne was one among the first settlers of Salem when in 1630 he was among the first settlers of Salem in 1630, and he was what? He was a soldier, legislator, judge. He was a soldier, legislator, judge. As Nathaniel Hawthorne has described his ancestor in the novel The Custom House. The Custom House. And what is the Custom House? The introductory to the Scarlet Letter, one of the very famous, for which Nathaniel Hawthorne got name and fame in America and worldwide. And this ancestor, as Nathaniel Hawthorne further talks about him in the Custom House, had all the Puritanic traits, and Puritanic traits both good and evil. He was likewise a bitter persecutor, as witness the Quakers, who have remembered him in their histories and relate an incident of his hard severity towards a woman of their sect, which will last longer and longer. It is to be feared than any record of his better deeds, although these were so many. So, the writer's mother, means Nathaniel Hawthorne's mother, took her son to live with her relatives in Salem itself, as the mother and sons were poor. Nathaniel Hawthorne's early years were spent as a partial dependent of his uncles, one of whom had a flourishing stagecoach business. And when he was 12 years of age, his mother took him to live with another uncle in the Raymond, which is in Maine, Maine, it is a place. But unfortunately, what happened, you must know this thing also. In 1817, a severe leg injury crippled him, and this forced him to stay mostly at home and develop a habit of reading. his excessive shyness and bookishness could perhaps be attributed to this incident in his very childhood. But he went through the school and finally joined some college in the New Brunswick, that is in Maine, graduated there in 1825, where he had a very, distinguished company at this college with Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce. Later, the 14th President of the United States of America. Then, one very good big name, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He was the famous poet laureate of America, जिसकी book, very important book, it is asked in the examination also sometimes, the Psalm of Life. The Psalm of Life is a very popular poem. And one, Horatio Bridge. One, Horatio Bridge. Who was Horatio Bridge? He was Nathaniel Hawthorne's lifelong friend. He was a lifelong friend and sympathizer as well as financier, publisher also. All these were, his classmates. It was at this time that Nathaniel Hawthorne changed his surname from Hawthorne to Hawthorne, Hawthorne. And what is a Hawthorne? A Hawthorne, the concise Oxford English Dictionary defines as a thorny shrub with white, red or pink blossom and small dark red berry. That is called hawthorn. And we must remember this as Hawthorne's fondness for flower imageries, and the symbolism of the colored may have something to do with his assumed name. Moreover, for Nathaniel Hawthorne's details, I would also like to tell some of the details which you must know. That is, if you have ever heard twice told tales. Twice told tales. This one Hawthorne many admirers, among whom was a New England blue stocking. If you remember the blue stocking group, the blue stocking, many people of that time, Miss Elizabeth Palmer Peabody. Miss Elizabeth Palmer Peabody. A scion, S-C-I-O-N. Who is Miss England Palmer Peabody? A scion of a well-known Salem family. Of a well-known Salem family. She tried to become friendlier with the Hawthorne family and planned to win over Nathaniel Hawthorne. However, Nathaniel Hawthorne fell in love with her younger sister, Sophia. He fell in love with her younger sister, Sophia, and who was Sophia? An invalid with chronic headaches. But it was love, So they were engaged in 1838, and Hawthorne's letters to the betrothed make a very delightful reading. Now what happened that Hawthorne started looking for a job and became measurer in the Boston Custom House in 1839-1840, which he left the next year in 1841 and decided to join a socialistic experiment in community living. So, apart from this, he was very close to nature in farming and poultry farming. Hawthorne spent nearly $1,000 on the experiment, but withdrew by the end of 1841. His experiences in this experiment in community living provided the stuff of his third full-length novel. And what is that full-length novel? The third, that is the Blithedale Romance. Very important. The Blithedale Romance. That was in 1852. Again, I am repeating the sentence that his experiences in the experiment in the community living provided the stuff, the source of his third full-length novel, The Blithedale Romance, published in 1852. Fine. Now, Hawthorne married Sophia Peabody, because ये इनकी बहन थी तो Peabody हैं, ये भी Peabody हुई. He married Sophia Peabody in 1842, and on all accounts, it is said that he led a very happy married life.